Somebody hands you the keys, points you to a full room of somebody else's stuff, and says, "Good luck." No training and no walkthrough. Just figure it out. That's not a nightmare. That's Monday morning for half the teachers starting a new classroom this year. And today, I'm telling you exactly what to do when that's you, because I've done it 7 times. Welcome back to the Veteran Teacher Files. I'm your host, the Dragon Lady, and today we're talking keys, cupboards, and the very specific panic of inheriting someone else's classroom. So, I made a friend recently, and we're going to call her Goth Chick, because that's exactly what she is, and I love it. I think it's a great look for a teacher. Anyways, Goth Chick and I were talking today, and she was telling me how she got her keys, and she's been in her new classroom. And she opened up the cabinets, and she opened up the closets, and there's just stuff everywhere, and she doesn't know what to do about it. Somebody else's whole teaching life crammed into every drawer and every shelf, and she's just standing there like, where do I even start? So here's what I told her. And it's what I would tell anybody in this situation, so I'm going to tell it to you. Go slow. Pick one cupboard, one closet, one drawer at a time. Empty it out completely. Wipe it down. Anything that's obviously trash, gone. Then put the rest of the stuff back. But organize it your way, not the way that it was left for you. That space was set up for somebody else's brain, not yours. And don't try to solve the whole room in July. Don't try to solve this problem before the school year starts. Right now, just worry about being functional. Next summer, heck, 2 years from now, once you actually know what you need to use and what you don't, that's when you do the real purge. You don't know yet what you need, and you probably don't know what you have in that room, so don't worry about it. Talking to her actually sent me back to my own first year, 21 years ago, a whole lifetime ago. But sitting here thinking about it, I can still feel that panic creeping up the back of my neck. Here's something about my first year. The school year had already started when I got the job. They handed me my keys and basically said, "We'll see you Monday," and that was it. I had 1 weekend to go from nothing to ready, and I spent that entire weekend in a full panic mode, surrounded in butcher paper and tears. And you know what actually helped me and what I did with that time? I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch my desk. I didn't move my teacher desk. I didn't move any tables. I left everything set up the way it was. I didn't touch any cupboards. I just put up the butcher paper, some borders on the wall, and that was it. I didn't have money for cute stuff I thought I was supposed to have, but that doesn't matter. Just the butcher paper and the borders. And I didn't start opening up drawers and cupboards and figuring out what was there until I actually need it. Because at some point you're going to need volume 2 of that teacher's edition, and that's when you're going to start digging around. Where is it? Or someone's going to tell you, yeah, you probably have that Houghton Mifflin book, and you're going to be like, which one? The yellow one? You're going to open up something and looking for this yellow spine. So don't worry about it. It's there. It's not going anywhere. Right now, all you have to focus on is really yourself and the kids' safety. Just make sure the room is walkable. That's really it. If you have it in you to put up some butcher paper and some borders and make it look somewhat decent, cool. And if not, literally, just make sure there's walking space. Now, here's where I have to be honest. This isn't a one-time thing. I wish I could tell you that it is. This will be my 7th classroom and the 5th time I've gotten a fresh set of keys. So trust me, I've done this dance more than once. And it's not the same every time. Sometimes you inherit a room from someone like me. The last office I left, I Clorox wiped the drawers and left a note on the desk. You're welcome. Sometimes you walk into a room where nobody's touched anything in years. Maybe it was the storage room. Maybe it was the overflow room. Maybe it was a learning center. Maybe it was just a retired teacher who walked away from everything. You don't know, but sometimes the room looks like, it looks like a deluxe. It looks like a luxe and just looks like it hasn't been inhabited or touched in a while. Best case, when this happens, you'll already be at your site. Because you generally don't know what you're walking into until you're standing in it. And I really hope that the next time you have to do this and set up a classroom, you'll already be at your site, which makes it so much easier, but also not guaranteed. All right, so the last time I taught 6th grade, my room got moved to a different building over the summer. My grade level partner and I switched over to join the middle school team. Same grade, just different building. Okay, well that summer, I was also working at a zoo, a few hours away from home. And I was couch surfing instead of staying at my home near my school. On top of that school required us to turn in our keys at the end of every school year. So it wasn't like I could just pop in whenever. I had to wait to get my keys back. And by the time I did, I had to turn around and go back to the zoo. I didn't get to have that Monday through Friday stretch to set up like a lot of people did. I definitely kicked myself in the rear end for that one because I did not plan for that accordingly. Now, Squirrel. I know you've been listening, and if you don't know why I call my dear friend Squirrel, it's not because she's twitchy or because she can't sit still. It's because she has squirrels running up on top. So, Squirrel has been listening to me, which means that she's been listening to me talk about pulling out staples and bulletin boards and being exhausted before the school year even starts. And I have to be honest, I think I'm low-key stressing out my really good friend. She's sitting over there anxious about even getting her keys. And I'm out here narrating every overwhelming detail of the setup process. So, this next piece is for Squirrel and for anybody like her. If that's you, if you're the person who spirals waiting for the year to start, step away from the doom scroll. Close the group chats where everybody's comparing how far behind they are or how far ahead they are. Instead, use this time on the stuff that's actually yours to control. Your procedures, your icebreakers, your first couple weeks of lesson plans. That's productive, anxious energy. Refreshing your email at 11 p.m., wondering what everybody else is doing or everybody's room looks like, that's not it. So, that's the thread kind of running through both of these stories. Goth chick staring down at somebody else's cupboards full of stuff, and Squirrel staring down at her own anxiety. Me, 21 years ago, staring down at a room with 1 weekend to spare. Different rooms, different years, same question underneath all of that. How do we get ready for a school year without burning ourselves out before it even starts? And I guess that's really what this episode is about. It's not just about the keys or the cupboards or the drawers, but the whole mindset of prepping smart instead of prepping out of being scared. So anyways, that's it for me. I'm the Dragon Lady. This has been the Veteran Teacher Files. And if any part of this hit home for you, the panic, the keys, the squirrels, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and share it with a teacher in your life who needs to hear it right now. I'll see you next time.